Hey, what's up, guys? Noted Investor here. As we wrap up October, many are celebrating Bitcoin's 10-year anniversary for the white paper. Pretty interesting article here. I'll link to it at the video notes. This is on cnbc.com, but it's a pretty extensive kind of quick history talking about Satoshi, the ups and the downs that we have all experienced in this crazy ride that has been crypto in this really just young space, young ecosystem. And 10 years since the white paper first birthed the idea, the concept, and what a road it has been since then. I'm just grateful to have this community, to have been able to share this experience with a lot of you guys. And so pretty cool article. I'll put a link to it. Check that out when you get a chance. But wanted to bring a quick update on Bitcoin here. We saw a pretty good reversal earlier today, positive action all around, and so I'm going to go through that and just kind of focus on Bitcoin here today. We're seeing some pretty good action in several of the older alts. You saw small cap names continue to pump, DNT for example, and you're just continuing to see that. The bigger cap names are still very much just kind of marching to Bitcoin's tune here, so it's going to be, the charts are going to just look real similar. So I'm just going to focus on Bitcoin right now in this quick update. But here's what I was looking at here. Prior to the big sell-off that we saw earlier this week, prices had just been very flat, very tight for going on almost 2 weeks before they finally broke lower. And as I suspected, we just have not seen a lot of downside follow-through since then. Market hasn't really been showing much momentum either to the upside or the downside in recent history. So this is what I'm looking at here near term. We saw that big sell-off, and I was looking out for a potential bear flag, a little bit of a bounce. Prices just really went flat. We saw a pretty good bounce in some names like Ripple, for example. We saw a few other alts continue to move higher during this sell-off, but for the most part, prices just sat flat. And then here today, earlier, they looked like they were about to start rolling over today, but we saw a big reversal on well above average volume that completely negated that, and it's very positive to see that. It's kind of hard to see here, but there was the wicks here. You can see the low that we saw on Monday here, right at 62.11. Today's low undercut that price by just a little bit. It varies by exchange, but on all exchanges, it did shoot lower before it finally reversed higher. And if you look at the MACD and the RSI, that created a big bullish divergence. So you can see that first sell-off we saw earlier in the week. Look at how deep the histograms went. Look at the RSI was down here near the lows. As today's sell-off was taking place, RSI didn't go quite as deep, and the MACD just barely went red before moving higher here. So very interesting to see that false breakout to the downside with a bullish divergence. Good, positive early indicator that we may begin to see some more upward momentum. But now what we want to look for is how this little pullback plays out. I want to see this little bit of a bull flag form, and I want to see it hold above these moving averages on the shorter term time frames and above this price resistance that was cleared right around that 62.75 level. And so this is what I'm looking for. I'm taking this as an early buy signal. At minimum, if I were short, I would at least be closing out the shorts with this. This big reversal on both the 1 hour and the 4 hour charts formed a bullish engulfing candle. And so good early indicator. Now we want to see some follow through, some upside momentum. It's important to note that this rally paused right at the 10 EMA on the daily charts. So the daily chart 10 EMA, as I record this, sits right around 63.48, and that's right where this rally paused. It also paused below this key support, or prior support, now resistance level, right around 63.70. And so clearing this zone on any follow through to the upside is going to be very important. Ultimately, I want to see prices close above 64.60 on that 4 hour and on that daily chart, as that will confirm a break above this range that it was in. So right now, I'm taking this as a good early buy indicator. I'm looking for this pullback. I'm going to start accumulating here with a little bit of a stop just below, right at basically at the lows of today. And the intention here for me is to look for some alt trades, looking for those alts that are outperforming BTC. And we continue to see them. They continue to show up. We continue to see these quick pumps, these quick rallies. And so ultimately, I didn't want to fight the trend. BTC was looking pretty bearish the last couple of days. And to be honest, if we go to the daily chart, it's not exactly bullish yet. So I am cautiously optimistic, but I'm not necessarily full bull mode here yet. You can see here on the daily chart, 10 EMA is still inverted below the longer moving average. Price is still below both of those moving averages. And so in the big picture, you still got to remain cautious because the momentum is clearly not to the upside yet. If it can get back above these levels, that would be very positive. So in the near term, I'm just taking this as a good early signal, big bullish reversal. Moving averages are holding up so far. Prices pulling back, kind of normal considering how big of that move that was. But volume was well above average. The fact that it undercut the prior low is positive, and the bullish divergence there is positive. So in the short run, 1 hour, 4 hour charts are looking pretty good. I'm going to be paying attention to them today to see if we can see a little bit of a bull flag here. But ultimately, like I said, we want to see some upside confirmation by prices moving higher and getting above some of these key resistance levels. So just wanted to bring that quick update. I'm not going to cycle through any of the other charts right now. We will certainly do that later. I'm going to post another video with a little bit more in-depth market analysis. But for now, I like what I'm seeing. Let's see how this plays out for the rest of the day. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, take care, everyone.